What's up? It's Marco, Sage of Soccer, and today I'm going to talk about the U.S. men's national team 10-0 win against St. Kitts and Nevis. Man, great performance, really fun to watch. Obviously, the opposition wasn't at too high of a level. I'll talk about a couple players on their team at the end, but, this is a game you're expected to win. We did our job. And while this is a really easy game, with youth performances, it's still about evaluating talent and individual performances rather than actual results as a team. So I feel like we'd still talk about some good performances we had, and we had a couple of really nice performances. I thought our midfield was very strong, led by Rokstas Pukstas, who was playing the 6. I expected him to be more of an 8 or an attacking midfielder, but he looked really good in that 6 role. I really like his physicality, and he did have a couple of mistakes. I feel like that's due to lack of concentration, but his control in tight spaces was really good. I really like him technically. He's probably our best 8. Physically, definitely very well-rounded. He's got good height to him. He has to be around 6 feet tall. And yeah, I was really impressed by him, and he's somebody who really upped his stock in this game. And there weren't too many players who were able to do that because of the opposition, but very good performance by Rokstas Pukstas. Alejandro Alvarado, I liked him as well. Very good in getting into attacking positions. I feel like all of our midfielders had some decent moments with them. He was definitely the best at, in the final third. He had a couple of really nice passes. Again, his technical ability, very good. You can't say too much this game, but still, looked very strong. And Niko Tsakiris, very good dribbling. He had a decent penalty. Another goal, I think he had a brace today. Pukstas scored a goal off a corner. I'm probably going to forget saying people's goals. There were 8 goal scorers today. I'm probably going to forget somebody, but great dribbling today. Really liked his performance. You're going to expect him to only get better. He's a 2005 or only 2005 playing right now because Obed Vargas still isn't with the team. Great job. I think our center backs had a very good performance today. The St. Kitts Nevis striker, if you watch the game, they definitely mentioned this. Mika Garnett, he's actually a college-level striker. He plays for St. John's. He's probably was one of the better freshmen in the Big East this past year. And I feel like he could probably cut it in MLS next. So they shut him down really well. Marcus Ferkranus, especially defensively, didn't put a foot wrong, was dealing with him just so well. It was a great performance, and Jalen Neal had some really good passing. And it was just refreshing to see the center backs advance the ball after watching 4 games of Aaron Long. But very good performances by the center back. Again, the opposition wasn't too strong, but you can only play the opposition that's in front of you, and they did great. Same with Antonio Carrera. Almost called him Niko. It can be tough in a game like this. Ask Ethan Horvath. It can be tough to keep your concentration. I don't think he put a foot wrong. He did his job today, I guess is what you can say. Going forward, Wolff, he looked pretty good today. Got a goal. I felt like his hold-up play was actually pretty strong. I don't think he plays a striker naturally. Was out of position. But I feel like he did a decent job. Good performance. Got a goal. I can't be mad at that as a striker, and I liked his hold-up play. Cade Cowell, obviously a good performance, but not the greatest individual game, in my opinion. You can see the athleticism. I feel like his Adama Traore comparison kind of stands, though. Dribbling isn't as good as Traore, and I feel like his movement is underrated. Cade Cowell, he knows the game. He has some good movement, but, first touch, end product, just overall technical ability, it is pretty lacking, and it was kind of apparent today. It'll be interesting to see how he performs against a stronger Canadian team. And Cade Clark wasn't getting as involved as he could have been. The whole right side of the field wasn't as involved today. He got a penalty, but I feel like he could have been more involved. Didn't get to see too much of him. Fullbacks were probably the weakest part. Not too much. Noah Allen, he got forward a little bit. I feel like he could have gotten a goal, but obviously solid. We didn't have anybody who had a bad performance, but only did so much. Mauricio Cuevas probably had the goal of the game, cutting inside onto his left foot. It's good to see that he has that left-footed shot in his locker. That's probably the biggest thing you can learn about a defender this game. Mauricio Cuevas' left foot is pretty nice. But I felt like he could have been more involved as well. The right side of the field wasn't getting as involved. Even in the second half, I don't feel like Michael Halliday, who came on as a sub, was that great. Substitutes as a whole, Quinn and Paxten, Quinn, Sullivan, Paxten, Aaronson, they combined very well for a goal. Paxten Aaronson was looking good as a striker. Obviously opposition, but hey, you can only play your opposition, and he did a very good job. Sullivan was getting involved as well. Diego Luna came on. He grabbed an assist. He felt like he had a good game. And Jack McGylnn came on, combined pretty well in the midfield. It's not too much you can talk about. I don't feel like there was a single bad performance today, which can happen in one of these games, but everybody played well, and the only negative I can grasp at straws to say is we had 3 different penalty takers. Maybe that'll come back to bite us, that we gave goalkeepers 3 penalty takers to study, and that's a pretty big reach. But yeah, very good performance by the American team today. For St. Kitts and Nevis, as I mentioned, Mike Garnett, I feel like he's a good player. He had a couple of decent moments. I'm hoping he'll be able to do something against Cuba. I've talked about him before on this channel. He's actually a dual international. He can play for America. I think he's provisionally cap-tied. I think he can file a one-time switch to play for USA. I might be wrong. Tell me in the comments if I'm right or not on that. Xander Park, their goalkeeper, could be a name to remember. He plays for Shrewsbury. I checked. They do have 4 goalkeepers on their first team roster, so wouldn't expect him to play anytime soon, but could be named to remember. He was making some good saves. He started out really well, but as the gap started to widen and his confidence went down, he really wasn't good. And man, their defense was hilariously bad. Like in the first half, we had 6 goals. I'd say only one of them, Cuevas' shot with his left foot, was the only one that was like really a nice goal. The rest of them were just kind of mistakes by St. Kitts and Nevis. But it was a very good performance. Like, it's kind of hard to go out and do your job sometimes, and a 10-0 win, it's a very good game. We had a couple of really stand-up performances. Rokstas Pukstas is somebody who really impressed me today, hoping to see a lot more of him going forward. And yeah, that's all I have to talk about. See ya.